Well, progress is a bit slow between my work schedule and the holidays and weather and all that, but I did get the 12 tank all cleaned up and pulled this pump, actually both sides, and cleaned out the residue. I pumped all the gas into a couple of gas cans. This is the 07 tank, and as you can see, the pumps are different. I'll get that later. So I can't use them. This pump new is about 400 bucks, so that was a big oopsie when I dropped the 12 tank. I forgot to disconnect the fuel line first, and it broke the plastic at the connector. So shame on me. This one's metal, which would have probably broke the fuel line, I don't know. But either way, the tanks are different, the plugs are different, so that's why I'm putting the 12 tank into the 7, so all the wiring will be the same, but I am going to have to replace that pump. I am going to use this K member, which I also got kind of cleaned up. I'll probably replace the inner and outer tie rod ends, pressure wash the rear end so I can change the pinion seal. I've got the emergency brake cables and stuff all disconnected and was able to swap the park and brake handle to the 12. So we have now the 12 handle, clutch and brake pedals, all the wiring for the inside of the car, wiring under the hood is all done. Got the 12 horn mounted wiring all run under here. I'm going to drop this K member. The brakes are bigger on the 12, but I'm going to keep my struts and lower end springs and my alignment, so I'll split it here at the strut and break the brake lines loose, and then drop the whole K member with the hydraulic power steering. We use these motor mounts. This car was low mileage with the weak 4-liter and an automatic, so I'm going to guess these motor mounts have a lot less stress on them. But that's about where we're at. The rear end's ready to come out, so I just got to get some parts now. I got to get pinion seal. We'll look at the rear gear. I'm not 100% sure what's in it, and decide if we're going to swap that out. And then I might see if I can get a bulkhead fitting to repair this. If I can just get a bulkhead fitting here that has the same quick disconnect feature. This pump was working, the car was running and driving, so maybe I can repair that without spending 400 bucks. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. Got the 07 K member out, the core support for the radiator, sway bar, front K member with the hydraulic power steering, that's all out. This is going to go in, but we're making progress ever so slowly. So there's the engine bay ready for the 3.7 and 6-speed. The 12 rotors are indeed bigger than the 07 on the front anyway, so we'll go ahead and swap front brakes as well anyway, but this will be basically a 07 GT with the 8.8 swap, bigger brakes, sway bars, all that stuff. So cool. a rainy day today, but I did manage to get the 7.5 out. So there's the 8.8 limited slip. And we got the 7.5 open rear end. This is all the 07 parts, the K-member, radiator support, gas tank, rear end. They got all the 2012 stuff over there. So the car is a little more stripped, but I do have most of the wiring all put back in, so progress. Might not seem like a big deal, but it's starting to look like a car again. All the wiring is tucked away where it goes in the under the carpet, so I was able to put the carpet back in. HVAC will be next, and then the dash, and start putting panels and headliners and stuff back in. But at least from the front of the car to the taillights and trunk lid latch, I still gotta do the taillights and trunk lid, but the wiring is all in place. Still gotta put the gas tank back in, and of course K-member and axle, but progress. It seemed like I was making progress. I've got, like I said, I got the carpet in, pretty much all the wiring's done. Got the bracket for the lower dash and console to mount to HVAC is in. But as I went around to the firewall to start putting the fasteners and stuff on there, I became suddenly aware that this hole is shaped differently than the 2012. I'll see if I can insert a picture in here to show what that should look like. But the HVAC is going to have to come back out. I'll have to modify that and then put it back in before we can continue.